Right now, there's a tool that can open your code editor, write an entire app, run it, find its own mistakes, and fix them, all by itself, without you typing a single line of code. No, it's not a regular chatbot. It's called Claude Code. And in the next 8 minutes, you'll understand exactly what it does and why so many developers are. People talk about Claude Code and felt a little lost. Don't worry. This video is made just for beginners. No coding background needed. We're going to cover 3 simple things: what Claude Code actually is, how it's different from a normal chatbot, and one real example of what it can do. By the end, this will make complete sense. Let's get into it. So, what is Claude Code, really? In the simplest words, it's an AI tool you talk to from something called a terminal. That's just a plain, text-based window on your computer. No fancy buttons, just text. But here's the important part. Claude Code doesn't just type answers back to you like a normal chat. It can actually open your files. It can write new code inside them. It can run that code. And if something breaks, it can find the problem and fix it, all on its own. Think of it like this. A regular AI chat is like a smart friend sitting across the table from you. They can only talk. Claude Code is that same smart friend, except now they can reach over, open your laptop, and actually do the work for you. That's the big shift here. It's not just answering questions anymore. It's taking real action, by side with something you already know, like a normal chatbot. With a regular chatbot, you ask a question, it gives you an answer in text, and that's the end of it. You copy that text, paste it somewhere yourself, and do the rest by hand. With Claude Code, the process looks completely different. You give it a goal, something like, build me a simple web page. Then it actually creates the files. It writes the code inside them. It runs the project to check if it works. And if there's a mistake, it goes back, finds the problem, and tries again. It's not one question and one answer anymore. It's a full loop: plan, do, check, fix, repeating on its own until the job is actually done. There's also something called project memory. It's just a simple file where Claude Code keeps notes about your project, so it doesn't forget important details halfway through a long task. In short, a chatbot talks, Claude Code works. Imagine you say this to Claude Code: build me a simple to-do list website where I can add and delete tasks. Here's what happens next. First, it creates the basic files it needs, usually one for the structure of the page, one for how it looks, and one for how it behaves. Second, it writes the actual code inside each file. You can literally watch it happen on screen, line by line, in real time. Third, it runs the project in a browser to check if the to-do list actually works. Can you add a task? Can you delete one? If something's broken, say the delete button doesn't work, it doesn't just give up. It reads the error message, figures out what went wrong, fixes the code, and tests it again. This whole process can take just a few minutes, and the entire time, you didn't write a single line of code yourself. Now, does it always get everything perfect on the first try? No. On bigger, more complicated projects, it can still make mistakes. But for simple tasks like this one, it's honestly pretty capable. And here's the part that really matters. You can watch every single step. Nothing happens in some hidden black box. You see the files appear. You see the code being written. You see it testing its own work right in front of you. That's what makes this so different from just... If you're a developer building apps or websites for work, Claude Code can save you a huge amount of time on repetitive tasks, setting up a new project, writing routine code, fixing small bugs. If you're a complete beginner who's curious about coding, it's also a great way to learn. You can watch it work, step by step, and slowly start to understand how code actually comes together. Even small teams are starting to use it to handle the boring, repeated parts of building software, so people can focus on the harder, more creative problems. But if you just want a quick answer to a simple question, like, what does this error message mean? A regular chatbot is probably faster and simpler for that. Claude Code shines the most when there's an actual task to complete, not just a question to answer. Before we wrap up, let's clear up one common myth. A lot of beginners think you need to already know how to code to use this. You don't. But it does help to understand, even roughly, what you're asking for. One more thing, always double check the work it does, especially when you're just starting out. It's powerful, but it's not perfect. Treat it like a very fast, very capable assistant, not a magic button. If this is your first time trying it, start small. A simple page, a short script, build your confidence first, then move on to bigger projects. And that's Claude Code in a nutshell. A tool that doesn't just talk, it actually does the work, right in front of you. In the next video, we'll go step by step and build your very first project together, from scratch. If this helped you understand Claude Code a little better, hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And tell me in the comments, what's the first thing you'd want an AI agent to build for you?